So I made a video and it got copyright claimed, and this kind of thing happens to me sometimes. And what I find strange is how YouTube deals with this kind of stuff. Usually what happens is when you get a copyright claim, you get an opportunity to dispute it. And when you do it, then YouTube says, oh, we're gonna send your dispute to the copyright claimant, which is ridiculous because that's not how law works. Imagine, for example, if I hit you in the face, are you gonna dispute it with me? If I do you wrong, if I'm the wrongdoer, are you gonna bring it up with me? I mean, I guess you could, but in the legal realm, that's not how it works or how it should work. Traditionally, historically, there's supposed to be this thing called a judge, a mediator, or at least some jurors. I want some law and order in my life. Bring me some law and order and some justice, man. But big giant websites like YouTube do this weird thing where they're like, oh, we'll bring it up with the copyright claimant, the person who claims the copyright. If you think that you didn't do it, we'll contact them and see if they agree with you. But who decides? You need a mediator. But YouTube's like, oh, we don't really have a mediator. Actually, they do. It's called YouTube. YouTube is the mediator. They're their own mediator, which is not how real law works. But they hide behind the world of copyright, the religion of copyright. Don't get me started on copyright. I need to write more articles on copyright, but don't get me started on copyright. I can talk for many hours about it, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But I just wanted to bring it up because that makes me angry, like the Incredible Hulk. I got the Incredible Hulk in my pants. For all you ladies out there, I'm joking. Why in the world would I have that? No way. I'm a good little boy. I'd never do that. If only YouTube was a good little boy. Oh boy. If only YouTube was good. Owned by Google, was owned by Alphabet. Doing the most good. Salvation Army's motto. Google's motto is do no evil. Maybe just a little. You gotta get back to the fundamentals of law and understand how it works. That's why I recommend you check out Viva Law. Is that what it's called? No, that's not what it's called. Close. The YouTube channel is called Viva Fry. I have a link on it. To it on my YouTube channel. And there are other people too, like Robert Barnes, Lionel Nation, Mike Cernovic, other people. I like watching those videos because I like law. And law is fundamental to a lot of things. So many things. Almost everything. Maybe everything. Maybe. I'm not gonna say it is. Maybe it is, because earthly laws are supposed to be manifestations, personifications of universal principles which govern everything. But there are limitations to earthly laws. But I'm not promoting the bad aspects, the bad versions of anarchy, which there are some aspects of anarchy that is potentially, possibly counterproductive. A little bit counterproductive. Very counterproductive. Hypothetically or potentially or whatever. I believe in making governments smaller and smaller and smaller. But, don't we need government? Sure. Local government, family government, personal government, where you take responsibility of your own life. Limited government is good. But what if we make government too small? It's not going to happen, because people always try to make government bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Always. Everywhere. All the time. Since the dawn of time. It happens all the time. And too often. Historically. And that's why I enjoy studying history and everything else too. And I like to study how different subjects connect with other subjects. I like to connect dots. And I feel like it helps my brain, helps my right hemisphere connect with my left hemisphere in my brain. And when you're able to use both sides of your brain, you become a super wizard like Harry Potter. Woo, well. Woo. Your left side is logical and boring, and your right side is artistic, or in my case, autistic. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, that's right. See, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. God damn it. Look at me. I am serious and crazy at the same time. What does that mean? No. I mean, I do know, but it's critical to understand a lot of things, everything. And law is like a backbone. It's fundamental for everything. Law is supposed to try to enforce guiding principles and stuff in society and try to bring order when people violate the rights of other people, and in context with copyright, that's where the waters get really muddy and stuff. It gets really muddy because laws are built around physical items most of the time. I mean, probably always. Yeah, I mean, originally it was supposed to be like that, generally. Not to say that principles cannot be abstract, because they can and they are, but specifically in regards to law, they're supposed to not be abstract. They're not supposed to be abstract or hypothetical, theoretical, and all that. It's supposed to be brass. What's the phrase again? Sorry. What am I saying? Brass tacks. It's supposed to be fundamental. It's supposed to be to the point, direct. Law is supposed to help us mediate between disputes of private property. And in context with copyright, where's the property? Unless if we're talking about a physical item, where's the physical item? If there is no physical item, where's the physical item? If there is no physical item, then where is it? But copyright is supposed to be built around physical items, things like that, physical property. But in the realm of digital items, there is no item that is physical if it's digital. It's very fundamental. If I buy a CD, you could say there is some copyright laws relating to that physical item, and the item is physical. In contrast with digital music, for example, there's no physical item. You could argue and say there are physical items, like a computer's hard drive is a physical item. The problem is files are not limited to one location, and the characteristics, the attributes, the identity of a file is not dependent on the location, and therefore what a file is fundamentally is not, it's not that. It's not based on that, and it's not that. Therefore, it can't be that because it's not dependent on that, because it's able to transcend. It's able to disembody and go other places. A file or electricity, it's waves, it's energy that is stored in a hard drive, but then it could be copied to another hard drive, but then it may still exist in the original hard drive, and it's being copied all the time by companies, websites, the NSA, governments, different countries, different people, secret organizations, different computers, servers, data centers, other things, a lot of things, clouds, a bunch of things. And therefore, fundamentally, legally speaking, what is copyright? I just got hit with a copyright claim. I made a video that's 2 hours long, over 2 hours long, reacting to the Joey Arnold documentary. It was episode 2, so I reacted to that 8-minute video, and I watched the video, and it got copyright claimed. And I would imagine maybe he got a copyright claim too, because it's on his video, and maybe he got a copyright claim too. But I sent a dispute to that copyright, saying fair use, and I also commented and said something about safe harbor, and I believe copyright is a scam and stupid and dangerous. I understand the history of when it was being developed 500 years ago, or maybe longer, but mostly around 500 years ago, as the printing press started coming up. It started happening, and there were some kings involved, or at least one king who started the ball rolling. And you can argue in favor of the of copyright laws and other related laws related to trademarks and patents and everything else. And copyright has a good principle, perhaps, and I'm not against that necessarily, not necessarily. But the problem is the enforcement of it can be weaponized and excessively centralized by a cartel, and it marries between corporations and governments and what have you. Some kind of how do I say, all oligarchy, and I don't know, plutocracy, and I like these words that I like to throw out there, but I just, I say these words to say big government related stuff that is fundamentally destructive when people take advantage of all the power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.